And welcome back, everyone, to no, I hit the wrong button. To part 12 of What If Naruto Got One for All. Now, you'll notice what the image is. I know where the story's going, obviously, in my head, but I don't know if it's going to take us one or two. I said it'd be about 2 or 3 episodes left. Most likely it's going to go to 2. But what I'm basically labeling this as is the ninja who, whatever the title is, it's going to be part 1 and part 2. I haven't actually settled on the title yet. But point being, last time on the Naruto What If, the invasion of pain had happened. Konoha was under threat from not insidious, but a misguided evil. Honestly, I think that's the best way to call Nagato. He was technically evil, but it was a misguided good that turned into an evil. So he was a misguided evil, and ultimately he repented. But Nagato, Pain, had dealt a serious blow to Konoha and its ninja, including Kakashi and All Might. But then he did his Shinra Tensei, and Naruto showed up on the battlefield. Now, believe it or not, the reason I kind of brought this as the thumbnail is because the remainder of the Pain invasion arc would go by insanely quickly. Because Naruto adding Sage Mode onto all the One for All quirks. Adding onto now, Naruto's probably trained up to 90% at this point in time for the full capacity of One for All. And having at least some level of control over Kurama's chakra. I'm going to give the puppy subscriptions while I talk. Multitask. This Naruto against a Deva Path who is unable to use Shinra Tensei right now, and against all the other paths, he's going to blitzkrieg the Paths of Pain. Because initially the fight happened, he quickly took down the Azura Path. Very quickly he did that. But in this version, he'd do it even faster. Rasengan, remember, he can basically apply Gear Shift to himself. That's not even including ninja training add-on to One for All. So he is going to blitz the Preta Path, so no chakra absorption. The Animal Path, has the Toads to help him out with that. Quickly brings out the Rasen Shurikens. Basically obliterates a giant chunk of the Paths of Pain. Speed blitzes using Black Whip, Gear Shift, and even a little burst from Fajin that he's stored up over time. He just quickly decimates the entire group without any cause or without any difficulty. Like, speed-wise, we know the Naruto characters got up to light speed near the end. It's stated that Madara's, Light Fang attack or something like that? Storm, whatever it was light speed. It was calced at that. And Naruto and Sasuke are relative to that. But light speed is generally rare otherwise. Naruto, honestly, legit, if you factor in his ninja training and reflexes already at that point, combined with One for All, and then add Gear Shift on top of that, if he's not light speed, he's damn near closing in on it already without accessing Six Paths Chakra. Or Kurama Chakra. So, yeah, he's going to quickly put down the Paths of Pain. And Naruto is looking over his handiwork, and he's like, okay, I put them down. Good job, Naruto. Good job, you did it. You saved the village. And Naruto looks around and is like, did I? You can always rebuild. Nana's like, you can always rebuild, Naruto. That is the price we pay for protecting, is having to rebuild what has been lost. Naruto looks down at the Paths, though, and he stops and just remembers the words that Fugasu said to him. It's like, the real one's not here, from Jiraiya's note to them. And he remembers the Paths of Pain, and he remembers at least a little bit of the Paths from what he was told by Fugasu. And he remembers Jiraiya, and he basically says, no, this isn't over yet. It's like, what? And Fugasu's like, Naruto, what are you doing? I'm fighting this son of a bitch. Because it's like he said, the real one's not here. He's somewhere else. I gotta find him. You said these are chakra rods, right? And he does this. They find him. And Naruto's like, he found us. And he's like, I got him. I'm going. And take your Fugasu. You and Ma stay here. Take care. Help out with the rest of the village. I'm going. And so he goes off. Very quickly, he locates Nagato. He locates Konan. And Nagato tries to basically, poof, I can control him remotely from here. Naruto basically just said no. And between Kurama, Sage Mode, Willpower, and now Vestiges of One for All, yeah, there's no way Nagato could control him. Naruto's actually more like, are we done? But Naruto goes up to him, and he's got, I want to get the Bruce and the second user. Bruce was the third user. Who's the second user? One for all. I need to get their, I want to remember their names. One for all. 1 second here. It was Bruce, which is short, which was kind of named after Bruce Lee a little bit, and then the other one's name was Kudo. That was the Gearship was by Kudo, and then the fourth user was Higaki Shinomori, which was Danger Sense. The Black Whip was Banjo, Nana was Float, and Smoke Sheen was N. There we go. Well, it would be predominantly those last, the first true users of One for All. That would be persuading him, you need to finish this now. But Naruto isn't quite, well, he's because of the ninja world, he's a lot more willing to take life and end it. He's also, we know it's Naruto. He's willing to forgive and forget and, try to find a way to peace. And so Naruto confronts him. He's like, why? Why did you do this? And Nagato explains that, about peace and pain and war and everything he went through, and how he was also a student of Jiraiya, which doesn't surprise Naruto as much as he thought it would, but it still surprises Naruto. And he said, tell me Naruto. And it kind of goes to their conversation they had on the battlefield, where Devapath Nagato asked the question, how will you do it? How will you stop the cycle of hatred? Naruto didn't have an answer. Here he confronts Naruto again, and Naruto just again says, I don't have that answer. But I'm never gonna. But he continues here because he also has the book that Jiraiya wrote, Hail the Gutsy Ninja. And it's like, but I'm never gonna stop trying to look for a solution. I'm never gonna stop fighting for peace. Yeah, that's the difference between you and me. You stopped fighting for peace. You decided to choose pain over peace. It's like I think Naruto would clap back and say, I chose peace through pain. And how is that an actual peace? And Naruto basically calls back, peace through war, you mean, peace through pain, peace through anguish and suffering. And yes, and Naruto even continues forward. Maybe that's how peace is acquired, but don't think you're the better man for achieving it. Don't think that that's true peace. Don't think that you're the hero because you hurt to save. You don't War may bring peace, but you causing war doesn't bring peace. Stopping war brings peace. That's what it ultimately is. And basically what it is, and it's really what kind of true about Nagato, he was a hypocrite. Nagato, when you really break it down, I'm going to get someone who argues against it, was a hypocrite because even though he saw war, he saw the death of his friends, his loved ones, his family, he believed in peace, but his idea of doing peace was to cause more pain, which is just hypocritical. Like, that's not peace. You're causing the war and then stopping it. Basically, it's kind of actually the Watchmen scenario. The peace you created is you're deforming humanity. It's a lie, the peace. That's not real peace. And so, yeah, and that's more or less, minus the Watchmen comparison, that's what Naruto does. He calls him straight out for it. And Nagato, and I will do as my, Naruto continues, I will do what my master said, because that he gave me my name. He named me after this, and he shows him the tail of the Gutsy Ninja. And Nagato and him continue with their conversation as they do, and ultimately Nagato is brought back to the right side. And as a good jester, he brings back the lives of people he ended up taking, or whose lives he took. Now, here's the thing. I don't know. It's never flat out confirmed if the seventh path, the outer path, which can just bring people back from the dead, that's a one-shot ability, like it kills you. Because Obito was forced to use it, and he survived. Granted, he had 10-tail chakra in him at that point, but he survived. And Nagato was in a very weakened and sickly state when he used it, so it's very likely that that's the reason he died. It's not known if using the outer path actually would kill you, if you were, like, say, in your prime physicality. But at the very minimum, we know it's very taxing. And it could risk killing you if you're not careful. I think that's the thing. It's not necessarily that it's a guaranteed kill move on your part if you use it. I think it's more the idea that it's very risky to use. But he does it. He gives his life. Konan thanks him and, gives him the whole flowers made of paper to put on Jiraiya's grave. and they leave. And so Naruto comes back, and everyone's just like, Naruto, yeah! Hinata doesn't, have to confess to him, so there's no animosity between them. So everyone's cheering, yeah! Meanwhile, back at the other plot, Zetsu explains to Obito that, Nagato was killed. Nagato was defeated, and he used the outer path. And he's like, that was supposed to be for me, damn it. Damn you, Naruto. Damn you. And he just thinks to the other person, because he's through enough channels of back channels and all that, he's probably learned who All Might was, at least is, or was, and known that he passed on these abilities to Naruto. Damn you. Just like Orochimaru hates All Might now, too. Damn you, All Might. Our plan will move us forward, but we still need the Eight Tails, Obito, or Zetsu. And to which he hears the voice, perhaps I can be of assistance with that. And there's, what? And Kasame and Deidara, who is still alive, by the way. Think about that. Deidara is still alive. Did I kill Deidara? Yeah, no, I did not kill Deidara. Deidara is still alive. I had to remember that. Like, did I kill him? I know they confront him. I think he did still manage to blow himself up. Either way, Deidara, I'll be honest, let me know if I did not kill Deidara off or not. It's been a while. I should probably double check my work sometimes. I don't always. I apologize to that. I fully admit I should do a better job of that. I probably will down the road. But for now, let's just assume Deidara is alive. To be honest, though, even if he is alive, he's not going to be playing a major factor in the fight. In the rest of the series. But Kisame's like, oh, well, Orochimaru, what are you doing here? It's like, it would see, you may have lost track of me, but as I told Sasuke, I never lost track of you. But that's neither here nor there. Me and my associate, enter Kabuto, are here to offer assistance against an individual that is a thorn in our side. Naruto Uzumaki and All Might. I'm listening. And so, because I always believe Orochimaru, out of his best interest, would join with the remnants of Akatsuki at that point. Now, in terms of capturing the Eight Tail, let's just get that out of the way right now. Because of... What's the best way to put it? Because B is still in the cloud, capturing the Eight Tail is almost a no-go, although Kasame and Orochimaru together probably could walk up into the Cloud Village and tear through the majority of said village. It would only be Killer B and A that would really be an issue. Darui could be an annoyance, but I really don't think they'd be a big issue. But no, it would be Killer B and A that would be the problem. Unfortunately, walking up into the Cloud Village isn't always the easiest thing to do, but we know for a fact, thanks to some filler, filler, take that your pick. Orochimaru is actually the one that caused the Jinchuriki prior to B to run amok. So we know he actually has been able to infiltrate the cloud before. Still, they would go, and with Orochimaru there, Killer B would definitely be on the back foot quite a bit. Because he struggled. Let's be honest, Killer B did not, by all accounts, beat Kasame. The fact that Samahata liked his chakra better hindered Kasame, but he didn't actually beat Kasame. It wasn't until A and Killer B both A came in and they teamed up that they quickly took Kasame out. Because Kasame, we know was a Zetsu clone, realized, oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to beat these guys together. But yeah, Kasame literally went toe-to-toe with the Eight Tails. At the best, you could say it was a draw. But honestly, Kasame was more or less going to win that fight. Regardless, luckily, because A is relatively close to the village, he would be able to show up and be able to rescue Killer B in time. Orochimaru would slink away with part of the Eight Tails, I think. And I think that would be because Orochimaru's excuse is like, we were unable to fight and get all of the Eight Tails, but a consolation prize. And he brings out a tentacle. It's not the full Eight Tails, but it will suffice for our needs. All right. And Orochimaru, Zetsu, Deidara could commence sealing the tail of each chakra we need. I need to pay a few visits to some friends. And so Obito goes off. Now, I can't recall. I actually can't remember. Did he go to the rain first, or did he go to the Kage Summit first? I want to say he went to the Kage Summit first, and then went after Konan. So for right now, we'll say he would go to the Kage Summit, which would still happen. It would just happen a little later with the 10th Hokage in place, which Is Danzo still the temporary Hokage right now? Well, the meeting happens with the daimyos and the representatives of the Leaf. Danzo makes his outburst. However, I think Toshinori is allowed to be there. I don't know why he'd be allowed to. We know Shikaku was there. Not Shukaku, but Shikaku. Shikamaru's dad was there when he found out. So I can see All Might being there as someone who's actually been a trusted advisor to the Hokages at this point. So when Danzo makes his outburst, the third Hokage's teaching ways. It's actually why we're in this mess. It's like to which All Might, Toshinori probably only has like a little around a half hour left on his All Might form, so he can't do much. But it's like, you silence your tongue, Danzo. The third Hokage's teaching the reason the village hasn't gone to war and over however long Sarutobi was in place to the Hokage, or it was in place as Hokage because he had his first reign as Hokage, then his second reign, and yes, true, we've seen more attacks within the last 15 years, but can you honestly say you would have been any different? We are fully aware what your mindset is on peace relations with other villages, Danzo. Can you honestly say that your way is any better? To which Danzo's like, my way would have prevented this war. It's like, you have no evidence to support that. And yet the only evidence you have is attacks on other members of your village. What, to seek power and control? And they're both kind of butting heads just a little bit. Like, I do believe that's enough. While I do agree that maybe the third's teachings or leadership strategy has waned in the passing years, I will also agree with Toshinori here that the third's general track record was very impressive. I do not think we can blame his ways and beliefs for the current situation we're in. However, I do think different leadership is required. And so, Toshinori's like, yes. It's like, well, how can I serve you? He's like, you can be the at least until Tsunade wakes up. You can have her roles. What? No, I'm not the guy. Well, it's either that or Danzo, the only two people here. Or we could do the White Fang or Kakashi Hatake. He was son of the White Fang after all, because that was actually it. Before Kakashi actually became the actual Hokage, he was up for that position while Tsunade was out, and then that's when Danzo basically kind of had to throw a fit. It's like, no, I want to be Hokage, which is basically what he did. Make me Hokage, me. Big, just a baby. Actually, no. Yeah, kind of. Now to really look back at Danzo's character, take all the evil and conniving out of the way. Yeah, it's really, all of it stems from the fact that I want to be Hokage. He's just butthurt he didn't get the job. That, and he thinks he's the shit and should be Hokage, and that the village is the Hokage and all that. But regardless, he's just butthurt. So, yeah, honestly, I think Kakashi gets the temp Kage. Which Kakashi even says, I will hold on to this until Lady Tsunade wakes up. Now, that begs the question of what Danzo's going to do now. It's like, and Danzo just goes back and I actually could even see Danzo seething with rage. Like, almost berating or his compound with wind bolts or something like that, right? Just venting, almost race screaming as damn them, this was my moment. I will not allow them to take it. Wait, what are you going to do? Me, nothing. But you never know what can happen on the road to a Kage Summit. Something could happen. Things can happen. Things that don't have to be affiliated with me. He's looking at his Root Ninja, and he basically says that you know what to do. And so they put on the guise of a different ninja village. And so when the Kage Summit is called, Kakashi basically is asking for Guy, and I think he's asking for Naruto to come with him too, because Naruto is a Jinchuriki. It's better that he stays close, and this is involving Jinchuriki and attacks on the village. And so Naruto agrees to come along. Along the way, they are attacked by the Anbu, or the Root in this case. Naruto sensed it immediately, and Kakashi they quickly dispatch the Root. To which they're like, why would these guys attack us? There's To which guy's like, it could be anything. Old vendettas, wanting power, sensing the power vacuum, anything. Kakashi, though, is a little bit more to the wise. It's like, there's something off about this. Unfortunately, because the Root also have, seals and stuff like that, he's looking around examining them, and he sees opens one's mouth who's near dead. It's like, it's like, sorry, I can't hear you. Does Hatake got your tongue? But Cat got your tongue, and he sees like, Danzo? Who's Danzo? It's like, that's right, you're not really familiar with him. I'll explain along the way. But suddenly just they quickly take out the last guy. But they also, I could see them sealing maybe the head or something. I think doing something to prove it was Danzo. He's finally done it. Gone full on traitor. Which, of course, he did that during the invasion when he killed the Toad. Which, if you want to know why I rank that in my dumbest decisions in Shippuden, you can find that video in the channel. Just type it in. But they go to the meeting. Now, there's no Sasuke or Taka here, so there's no attack on the Kage Summit. And so they are just there, and A is there, and they're discussing the issues, the attacks on the village. Now, how does everyone react seeing that Kakashi is the Hokage Plus guy and meeting the Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tails? Naruto's name is probably known at this point. In fact, I believe his name was known probably in the original as well, now I think about it. Granted, they probably didn't have a face to the name, but they did know the name, and they knew that he was the Jinchuriki. So when they come up, it's like, my guards, my guy and Naruto Uzumaki. That's when they all pep up, particularly two of them. One would be, one is Gaara, so he knows them. So I think A would notice him because he knows because he's the only Jinchuriki in the room. Although I could see instead of, we know Darui was coming. Can't remember the name of the other guy, but I could see him bringing Killer B. And it's like, yo, bro. It's like, yo, Phil Tail, bro. What up, my dog? Like, just go, oh, yeah, cool. Nice to meet you. And they bump fists and they kind of, exchange, moments with each other. It's like, cool. Onoiki, on the other hand, is getting flashbacks to the Great Shinobi War with Minato and be like, it's like, he looks just like him. What the hell? Who is that kid? It's like, he's the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki. And May's basically like, ooh, cutie. It's like, I mean, he's 16. By all accounts, by ninja standards, that'd probably be legal. He was almost 16. But yeah, by ninja standards, I mean, there's a big age gap, but hey, she dab it. Probably. There's fanfic of that. You can go read that. So, they're talking about the Akatsuki, why the forming of the Akatsuki, like the risk they pose, particularly to the tail beasts, and what that ultimately means, like for the safety of the other villages. And then Obito shows up, threatens them. Naruto even gives his 2 cents once in a while because he's a bit more better informed on Jinchuriki than say Kakashi is. But Obito shows up, declares war, and so they have to announce now the leader of the Shinobi Alliance. And I think it comes ultimately down to Kakashi, and it comes down to A. Now, in the original, Mifune was leaning towards Danzo, but Danzo also was, using Kotomakatsu Kame. I might be butchering the name. We know for a fact he was. So whether or not he was actually choosing Danzo from his free will or not, he says he would have chosen him because it seemed more logical, but how much of that choice, again, was manipulation or not? Here, though, even though they got the bad track record with the Akatsuki and A does not, A's temper, because his temper does flare, I think makes it the better option that Kakashi be the leader of the Shinobi Alliance. And so, even though Tsunade does ultimately wake up, he is still going to be the leader of the Shinobi Alliance, at least in principle. He's like a co-Hokage, the Hokage's sword, if you will. So, which is a real title, actually. So, the fourth Great Shinobi War is about to go underway. Even though they need Naruto, they also agree that because of the Jinchuriki stats and the Akatsuki is going to be coming after him, that Naruto needs to go hang out with B for a while. At least until he gets Kurama under control. Because B notes like, yeah, I can completely control my tail beast. You can't do that? What? Well, no, we got to fix that, my little friend. And so that's one of the other things that he's doing is helping Naruto control Kurama. So obviously Naruto would get control of Kurama, but I think the scene would be a lot more interesting because remember Naruto has to go into like his mindscape and undo the seal. Now keep in mind also that he didn't have the whole seal breaking down thing happen in the original here. So when he goes into his seal, he does have his key for the seal to unlock it, and he's got the other vestiges of One for All there, and they're all there. It's like we'll help you in any way we can. Not because I mean, it's their quirks. So that's a good question. In theory, if you're in the mindscape, can each vestige use their own quirk as along with Deku? That's the question because we never really saw that. We saw in most recent chapters that once those vestiges are gone, that he lost the quirk. But do they each have their own quirk to use as well? Can they each individually use their own quirk? That's a good question. I'm not sure about that. Let's, for the sake of argument, say just for fun that it is. Like, not only is Naruto able to use the quirks he has, but he can use One for All, plus Sage Mode. But the minute he goes for that seal, it's like, hold on there, kid. It's like, you sure you want to do that? It's like, you're the fourth of guys. Like, yeah, I'm also, it's like, that's right, I am. It's like, you're fourth. Get out here so I can kill you. And so it's the reveal of his father. He gut checks him just as he does in the original. How could you do this to me? But ultimately, all's well that ends well on that. And because, I got to do this. It's time for me to take reins of this. I mean, you'll have my support. You'll have all of our support. And it's like, that's right. And that's right. All of a sudden, he undoes it, and this brings out Kushina as well because he undoes the seal. So it's a combination of Minato with what little chakra he's got there left. Honestly, if he doesn't seal up Kurama again, he probably has enough energy to fight for a little bit in the mindscape. I can imagine. I mean, Kushina's spirit exists and was able to use the adamantine chains to bind Kurama down temporarily. So there's no reason Minato can't use some abilities as well. Along with them, the Vestige all get to know each other, including, the Vestige of Minato, Kushina, all that. And together, they're able to subdue Kurama. I could see a cool ability is him using Black Whip along with the adamantine chains, him using Gear Shift to basically... this would be fun. Using Gear Shift to grab a Tail Beast Bomb in his Mindscape. No, sorry, Black Whip to grab a Tail Beast Bomb in his Mindscape. Gear Shift to manipulate the speed and then toss it back at Kurama. That would actually be really fun. Boom, as I said in the couple chapters ago, Boomerang, Rasen Shurikens, Wind Sage Mode. A lot of fun stuff he can do here. Ultimately, he does get the Fox Mode that he gets in the original. And now he's just amped even further. And so you would also get, I would want to say, you still get the Kisame spy scenario because I do see that as very likely. Because we know he faked his death in the first one. I think it'd be a little harder to do it here, but it's not impossible. Meanwhile, Obito steals the Rinnegan back, gets it for himself. Him and Orochimaru together are able to get the Edo Tenseis ready and create his 6 paths of pain through the former Jinchurikis. So we are going to end this as part 1 of the war. Part 2 of the war will come next week on Monday, and then we're going to go into the next Naruto What If, which is basically, it's the last one that was in that poll. Naruto kidnaps Danzo kidnaps/adopts Naruto. So that'll be the new one starting next week. Until then, though, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks for the next one.